Hello everyone. This is Purushottam Vishwakarma and today we are going to solve NCERT questions of my childhood. So let's begin. I'll provide each and every solution of your textbook related to this chapter, my childhood. The very first question, answer these questions in one or two sentences each. Where was Abdul Kalam's house? Answer, Abdul Kalam's house was on the Mask Street on Rameswaram in erstwhile Madras state. Question number 2. What do you think Deen Money is the name of? Give a reason for your answer. आपको क्या लगता है दीन मनी किसका नेम है? You have to give a reason as well. Deen Money may be the name of local newspaper because Kalam says that he used to trace the stories of the war in the headlines of Deen Money. Question number 3. Who were Abdul Kalam's school friends? What did they later become? उनके स्कूल फ्रेंड कौन थे और आगे चल के वो क्या बनते हैं? He had 3 friends. Ramnatha Shastri, Arvindan and Shiv Prakashan were Abdul Kalam's school friends. Ramnatha Shastri became the high priest of the Rameswaram temple. Arvindan had a business of arranging transport for the pilgrims and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railway. Next one, how did Abdul Kalam earn his first wages? Answer, when emergency was declared, the train halt in Rameswaram station was suspended. The newspapers were bundled and thrown out of the moving train. His cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspapers, wanted a helping hand to catch these bundles. Abdul Kalam took over the job. This is how he earned his first wages. Had he earned any money before that? In what way? क्या उन्होंने पहले भी कुछ रुपए कमाए थे? कैसे? Yes, Abdul Kalam had earned some money before also. When the Second World War broke out, there was a sudden demand for tamarind seeds in the market. He used to collect the seeds and sell them at a provision shop. This earned him 1 anna per day, 6.25 paise per day. Now next question. Answer each of these questions in short paragraph about 30 words. The very first question, how does the author describe his father, his mother, himself? The description of his father, Kalam says that his father Jainulabdin did not have much formal education or much wealth, but he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. He avoided all inessential comforts and luxuries. Kalam's mother, Asiyamma, was an ideal helpmate to her husband. Every day she provided food to more outsiders than her family members. Now the third one, Kalam himself. The author describes himself as a short boy with undistinguished ordinary looks, born to tall and handsome parents. He had a secure childhood. He was honest and self-disciplined, who believed in goodness and deep kindness. What characteristics does he say he inherited from his parents? He says that he inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father and faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. Now third one, discuss these questions in class with your teacher and then write down your answer in 2 or 3 paragraphs each. As I told you, I'll provide each and every solution. On the whole, the small society of Rameswaram was very rigid in terms of the separation of different social groups, says the author. Now question number 1, which social groups does he mention? Were these groups easily identifiable? For example, by the way they dressed. He mentions 2 social groups of Rameswaram, Orthodox Brahmins and Muslims. Yes, these groups were easily identifiable. Kalam wore a cap which marked him as a Muslim. Ramnatha Sastri wore a sacred thread which marked him a Hindu. Were they aware only of their differences or did they also naturally share friendship and experiences? Think of the bedtime stories in Kalam's house, of who his friends were and of what used to take place in the pond near his house. No, they were not only aware of their differences but also they shared friendship and experiences. The bedtime stories Kalam's mother and grandmother told were about the events from the Ramayana and from the life of the Prophet. His three close friends were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. During the Sri Sitaram Kalyanam ceremony, his family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site. Now, the next question that we have, the author speaks both of people who were very aware of the differences among them and those who tried to bridge these differences. Can you identify such people in the text? Answer: the people who were aware of the differences among them are A. The new teacher who joined Rameswaram Elementary School and came to teach Kalam in the 5th standard. He could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Kalam was made to sit in the last bench. B. His science teacher's conservative wife who refused to serve dinner to Kalam in her ritually pure kitchen. Those who tried to bridge these differences were Lakshmana Sastri, who told the new teacher not to spread the poison of inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. B. Kalam's science teacher Siva Subramania Iyer, who invited Kalam to his house, served food to him with his own hands and dined with him. Now, fourth question. Narrate two incidents that show how differences can be created and also how they can be resolved. How can people change their attitudes? Answer: the first incident was when a new teacher came to their class and found Abdul Kalam, a Muslim boy, sitting next to a Hindu priest's son, Ramnatha Sastri. Kalam was asked to sit on the back bench. Both of them felt very sad. They went home and told this to their respective parents. Lakshmana Sastri summoned the teacher and told him not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance among children. The teacher regretted his behavior, and this incident ultimately reformed him. The other incident about the life of his science teacher's wife. The other incident was when his science teacher Siv Subramania Iyer invited Kalam to his house for meal. His conservative wife refused to serve Kalam in her ritually pure kitchen. His teacher served him the food with his own hands and sat down beside him to eat his meal. Iyer invited him for dinner the next weekend also. The next week, when Kalam visited the house, Iyer's wife took him to her kitchen and served him food with her own hands. These two incidents show how differences can be created and also how they can be resolved. People can change their attitudes by breaking social barriers and mingling with everyone. Now, next question. Why did Abdul Kalam want to leave Rameswaram? It's very easy. Abdul Kalam wanted to leave Rameswaram to study at the district headquarters in Ramnathpuram. Second one, what did his father say to them? अब इस पे उनके पापा ने क्या बोला? Kalam's father said that he knew that one day Kalam had to go away to grow. He says that the seagull flies across the sun alone and without a nest. He then quoted Khalil Gibran's to Kalam's mother, saying that her children were not her own children. They were the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They came through their parents, but not from them. They may give them their love, but not their thoughts, as the children have their own thoughts. Second one, what do you think his words mean? Why do you think he spoke those words? Abdul Kalam's father's words bear great meanings. First, he inspires his son to go ahead by giving the example of the seagull. The seagull flies across the sun alone and has to find its means of livelihood. Similarly, child has to get separated from their parents and find their means. Secondly, he explains to Kalam's mother, quoting Khalil Gibran, parents can give their love to children but not their thoughts. Children have their own thoughts. He spoke those words to encourage Abdul Kalam and to control the emotional attachment of his wife for Kalam. Next one. Find the sentences in the text where these words occur: erupt, surge, trace, undistinguished, casualty. What are the things that can erupt? Use examples to explain the various meanings of the erupt. Of erupt. Now do the same for the word surge. What things can surge? Let's see the answer. A few things that can erupt are anger, volcano, tooth, rash, riots, unrest, etc. Erupt has several meanings. Their explanation with examples is given as follows. So let's see. Start unexpectedly. One meaning is start unexpectedly. Example, riots erupted in the city. Started unexpectedly in the city. Start to burn or burst into flames. Example, the spark soon erupted into flames. Things that can surge are pride, anxiety, waves, boats, army, etc. The several meanings it has can be explained with the following examples. Sudden forceful flow. Example, the boy drowned in the surging waves. Rise and move forward. The army surged forward their enemy. What are the meanings of the word trace, and which of the meaning is closest to the word in the text? The following are the meanings of the word traced: follow, discover, or ascertain the course of development of something. Make a mark or lines on a surface. To go back over again. Pursue or chase relentlessly. Find or discover through investigation. So this is the meaning from the text. Find or discover through investigation. When he used to trace the news of Second World War in the newspaper Deen Money. Can you find undistinguished in your dictionary? It is not possible. It is not given in your dictionary. No, the word undistinguished does not exist in the dictionary. Undistinguished symbolizes ordinary appearance or behavior of a person, and it can be simply understood with the help of distinguished. Distinguished means special, particular. So opposite of distinguished, ordinary. Now the next exercise, match the phrases in column A with their meanings in column B. So let's see. I have written in proper way. The meaning is written just in front of the word. Broke out. What does this mean? Broke out means began suddenly in a violent way. In accordance with, according to a particular rule, principle, or system. A helping hand. That means assistance. Could not stomach, was not able to tolerate. generosity of spirit, an attitude of kindness or readiness to give freely. Sixth one, figures of authority, persons with power to make decisions. Now, the last question in this video. We have to add prefix to make antonym of these words given. So the very first word that you can see, adequate, and we have to use prefix. So what are we going to use? In. Inadequate. Acceptable. Unacceptable. Regular, irregular, irregular. Tolerant, intolerant, intolerant. Next one, demanding, undemanding. For demanding, you will use undemanding. Active, it's very easy, inactive. True, untrue, untrue. Permanent, impermanent, impermanent. Patriotic, unpatriotic. Disputed, undisputed, undisputed. Accessible, inaccessible. Incoherent, incoherent. Next one, the last four, logical. Where there is L, use ill. Where there is R, use ir. Logical, illogical, IL. Legal, IL, illegal. Responsible, I told you. Where there is R, irresponsible. Possible, impossible, impossible. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching.